Hi, my name is Zikra. Like what you see, give me a
Like and subscribe.
okay. I'm going to keep pushing through. Um, that's why my desk is still messy. All right, I'm going to do the chubby mushrooms bit. So I've just taken some A4 sheets here. I'm going to use 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 3 of each color. I'm not sure if how many of these I will do. I'll just show you at least one, right? So this is the way I'm going to do it. I'm just going to take 3 sheets of A4 sheets, A4 colored paper. This is the red. I'll show you. All right, I'm going to fold this over, you have to make sure it's perfect though. It can't overlap, it can't be higher and lower, nothing of that sort. You have to be precise. And I'm sorry about my nails and my fingers, and I've just been stamping and inking and all kinds of things. Anyway, continuing on, right? I'm just going to do that once, and then I'm going to open it up, and I'm going to do that again. I'm going to fold it one more time like that, and I'm going to flip it and fold it inwards again. Okay, and then now we've got 3 lines, right? Now we're going to fold it upwards. So we have many pieces that we can cut. All right, so each of these we're going to cut, but the easier way is I'm just going to put the other 2 sheets of paper. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. How many here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Why is my brain not braining right now? All right, so I've got 4 sheets of paper, and that's okay. It's just going to be a lot of folding and a lot of cutting, a lot of gluing, but it's okay. Okay. Oh, I keep saying okay 100 times. Okay. Again, okay. Okay. I'm just gonna take my cutting board. I'm gonna line it up the best I can. It has to be perfect. It has to be perfect. Right? Make sure everything is lined up nice and straight. I'm just doing it the lazy way. I mean, not lazy, I'm trying to look for an easier method for myself, but if you have those paper trimmers and all that, you can go ahead and use that. So I'm going to cut straight down that middle line first, again making sure I am straight, because I have to be straight, right? Clean cuts. Okay, so we'll move this to the side and we'll be cutting that as well, but for now I'm going to do this now, again making sure everything is lined up, and I'm going to individually cut these lines, again making sure that I am all lined up. See, so we have a couple of pages here, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? That's 4 individual sheets of this tiny paper. Okay, so we're gonna cut everything up like that. Okay, so that's done. And now with all these sheets, can you see how they're almost perfect, right? That's by using a pen knife helps, but you can go ahead again, use what you have. If you have a scoring board like those cutting boards and all that, use it, because I can never cut a straight line with those no matter how hard I try. All right, now we're going to do a bunch of folding again. So again, this has to be perfect, right? Okay, has to be perfect. Just going to fold these in half. If only we could actually fold as fast as that, right? And if you're thinking now, we've folded and surely this should get easier now. I'm afraid not. Now we shall draw a chubby mushroom. Well, the top anyway. And I would suggest you keep this flat as possible. Like leave this line straight as possible. That will help you when you're trying to fold further. So I'm just going to cut. Now I'm going to use 2 at a time because it will take longer actually. But again, keep the bottom always straight. Always make sure everything has to line up. That's very important for this to work. Okay, so I'm not taking more than 3 sheets at a time. Okay, and I'm going to cut. Now you can keep using the same thing. I'm just going to put these aside and I'm just going to use the first one that we drew. I'm just going to use that as the template, and again I'm just going to take 2 sheets at a time and then I'm going to cut. And the trick is to be very patient and go slow. Yeah, and yeah, keep it straight. Again, template that goes in the pile. Are you taking part in the Femrember? Are you as late as I am? How's it going? Please, if you do enjoy my content, please give me a like and subscribe and leave a comment. That will help my channel grow. Yeah, that would be very helpful. Thank you. Cut all the pieces, and once you've got all your pieces, we're now going to start folding. All right, so you're going to go, so these are all folded. Yes, they're all folded this way. So we're going to go up once. This is why I said we should try to keep the bottom half like straight, so it's easy to match it up to this corner, right? And every single one of these pieces has to be perfectly precise like this. Okay, and fold that, and then one more time. Like that. So this is what we need. Okay. Okay, so once you get everything folded out, we're going to get a glue. We're going to use this white glue, not the hot glue gun. We're going to use the white glue, and the reason I'm using this one is because I can control how much of glue that comes out of this. Okay, so we're going to open up these now. We're going to open them up, and we're left. The whole point of doing these folds is to get these creases. So I'm just going to open them up. You don't want too much of glue, okay? So this is the first one. And for the first one, we actually have to open it up. Okay. Just move these to the side so you can see clearer. We're going to open it up and we're going to put a bead of glue on the first line, on the first crease. I'm going to skip the second and go down to the third. Okay, and then we're going to close it, and then we're going to close it up like that. Okay, then the next one, we're going to put a small bead of glue on top, and then not the first one, the middle one that we skipped last time. Why is this bubble happening? Okay, let me just close this a bit. Okay, so I can control it better. Yeah, like that. So a bead here and a bead of glue in the second line. And we're going to take one and make sure it lines up, and we're going to glue it. And we're not going to open every single one. We're not going to open this. We're just going to keep gluing. All right. So again, and there. Always make sure that it's lined up. Okay, so it's sort of dry now, like you can see they're stuck together well. Now we're going to do more gluing. We're going to pull all of them to one side. And, okay, I think this one is stuck. Let me just check. Yeah, so this is the first one. Yeah, this one is the very first one we did. Remember? Where we did the first one and then. So now we're going to repeat that. Instead of going dot in the middle, we're going to go to the first line and then the third line. First line and third line. Okay, and then we're going to make sure that's the next one, and then that's going to be stuck down. Okay, again, next mushroom. We're going to put it on the first line and then the third one and glue it down. Okay, so I've done some mushrooms, the taller ones, with this orange. I've done it with orange, and I'll show you how I've done that. Remember, this is the red we did. Clearly, it's way too thick to go into a card or anything that I'm planning to put it in. I'll just show you the effect though. It works like that, but it's way too thick. It's way too thick. I know I'm trying to have the I'm trying to take the chubby mushroom aspect of it literally, but this is way too thick. This is way too thick, and this is my first one. I can find it. Yeah, this was my first prototype actually. As you can see, I tried to draw the paint on some white dots and stuff, but that turned out pretty ugly, as you can see. This was my first one. Still good, but I felt like this was too small, so I went bigger, right? So I went bigger. But this, still, there's like some rips and stuff. Maybe if I did with cardstock, maybe it would be a different story. But still, I wouldn't go this thick. So I'm going to save these two for myself and this to go in the journal. Let me just show you what I've done. So these two, so this one, and I did another one as well. So I did two of them with this, and I think I'm just going to do only the three, but this is what the end result is like. That's the whole mushroom, and I've just inked the edges, and this is only 10. So I'm just going to show you this, right? So I've already done 2 off camera, which will be going into the journal. These 2 are for me. It was a learning curve. All right, so I've folded some, but I've kept 2 to show you. So this is the way you cut it, right? Instead of going just cutting this bit out, I gone ahead and left it lengthy. I left it long enough to cut this shape out, right? Like that. Again, we're going to fold. Fold it once on itself and then back on itself again. Like that, right? I'll show you one more time. Fold it back on itself once, and then again, making sure they're straight, and join it up here, right? And that's the fold. Now I'm going to take my glue again, but I'm going to take the tiniest bit. I felt like with this one, it was soaking with the glue. I was putting thin lines, but I felt like it can go thinner. So be stingy with the glue. You do not want the paper to be soaking wet, right? And again, we need a lot of patience. So let's begin. I'm going to take one. Let me just see if I can unfold all of this so I'm not struggling to do that while we're gluing. So I'm going to begin by gluing the tiniest bit. As I said, be stingy with this glue. And see how even this I feel is too much. Okay, be stingy with your glue. Okay, now obviously I couldn't cut this one as perfectly, so I just go ahead and trim it again. As long as the lines meet up, that's what matters. But if the edges are a bit like, you know, uneven, I'm just going to use my scissor and trim it out like that. Okay, let's keep going. Again, tiniest bit up there, tiniest bit down here, and we glue. So now we're done with that. I'm going to trim again, as I said, just where I feel like it's a bit uneven. And now we're going to open it up like this to the middle, and we're going to glue at the top and here, and fold. Actually, I'm going to do it from this side, right? I'm going to do the top line and then the bottom. And can be very stingy with your glue, guys. I'm going to even make it thin actually. Okay. Okay, and now if anything is unstuck when you pull apart like this, it will kind of show, and then you can go ahead and glue that down as well. So I'm just checking to see I've missed one. And that's good, and I only put 10, as you can see. That's good enough for me. All right, so while that's drying, we can move on to the stamping part of it. Before that, I'm just going to ink the edges. All right, that's good. That's really good. Okay, so I'm just going to do the 3. I'm just going to have 3 in each signature. I mean 1 in each signature. I have 4 signatures, but one's not going to have it. That's okay, because there are some prompts that I'm just doing for the 1 signature, right? All right, so moving on to the next step. Okay, so I need to put these in cards. So I'm going to have the height of the card at 5 inches. Just take on this white cardstock again. So now we have 3 sheets of cardstock here, which is cut down to 5 inches. I'm going to just fold it in half. And this will go to live in here, like this. Okay. I've also taken the this black sheet of paper, and I want it to go inside. So I'm going to cut this down to 4.5 inches for each of these cards. So I'm just going to take my black cardstock and also fold it in half. Okay, so then I'm going to put this in here, and then yeah, I'm just going to put them in here. Wait, let me just take off let me take off 1/2 inch from the edge. Okay, I've just taken off not half an inch, 1/4 inch. I'm just going to round the edges with my corner rounder. That will look nice. Just the edges. Okay, now I'm just going to put it inside of this card, and I'm just going to glue it down. I am butting it up. As you can see, I am going right to the edge of that. I'm gluing it down. Okay. And we are going to do the same on this side. Maybe no need to use that much of glue like last time. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to put this one in now. Okay, let's hope this works. Okay, that's glued now. I mean, this side will become a bit shorter now, but that's okay, we can trim it. I just want this to function. Okay, so will it function? Hopefully. I think I'm not going to use the double-sided tape for the others. Seems a bit unnecessary. Okay. All right, let's do this. Yay, it works. There's a bit of glue seeping out, but we can clean it up. But it works, guys. It works. As I said, don't go overboard with the glue. Be stingy with the glue, guys. We do not need that much of glue. Anyway, this works. I'm so happy right now. Oh my goodness. Yep. Amazing. Amazing. Yes. Okay, I'm just gonna trim this a little bit now, because they're not even anymore, because the mushroom is quite thick here at the spine. Anyway, it works. I will be doing this the same way, except I'm not going to bother with the double-sided tape. It doesn't make a difference, but this is what I will be doing. Now for the top bit, we have to do the postcard. What is it I'm trying to say? I keep forgetting that. So I went ahead and painted this watercolor paper, as you've seen in the other prompts. I've just painted it with the blue and the green, and that's what I want to put on top of here for the postcard effect. All right, let's get started, shall we? So let's just use the biggest butterfly first. Why not? Okay. And just going to put it on here, and I'm going to stamp away. They say the website is paperwishes.com. Maybe check that out if you want to know what the stamp is. Shall we use a small one or a medium one? Let's use a small one. And now do I want to put this on top like that? So I think I'm going to go 3.5. I'm going to mark it at 3.5. Yeah, 3.5 by 4.5. Only need 3. And there's a reason that I cut it a bit shorter. It's because now we need another layer to go behind this layer. So let's just quickly will this be good enough? Will I be able to fit 3 in here if I do it? I think I can manage it. And then we'll punch. Okay, so I've cut 3 pieces. That's 3.25 by 4.75. I'm just going to use this punch, and I'm just going to eyeball and keep punching. And then we will glue this on top of it like that, and then that will go on top of it. And I think I like that. I'm going to trim it off a little bit. I'm not even going to use my, let me just see if I can just take it a little bit, my scissors. Just a little bit, you can see. So that we can see more of those. Yeah, that's so much better. Okay, so that's our postage stamp. So let's just use our double-sided tape for this so that we're not adding any more glue, because as you can see it's warping a bit. It's like, you know, so I will leave this under some heavy books or something, but let's just add the tape. Okay, try to line it up. Oops. That's the thing about the tape, you have to get it right on the first go. That is amazing. And again, I'm just going to put some double-sided tape on this cardstock now. Just trying to position it the best I can. And glue it down. And that's our postage stamp. I'm quite happy with that. And then we open the chubby mushroom. And I said I'm just going to keep some heavy things on top, so this will stop bending like this. But guys, I'm very, very happy with that. Look at our happy mushroom as well. Look at how 3D that looks. Okay, so this prompt is done as well. I will do the others. It's the same thing. I'm going to do that off camera. Moving on to the next prompt. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video, guys. Bye.